Welcome to 98.6 News. I'm Willis Watering with my co-anchor, Arnold Paulette.
You're right, Willis. That's us, folks. And since Willis and I are nursing students, we decided we were going to talk about the history of nursing around the world. Anyways, so in the early years of nursing, there was a conflict called the Crimean War. And in this war, there was a military conflict fought from October 1853 to 1856, resulting in Russia's loss to the alliance of France, the British Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and Sardinia.
Wait a minute. What does this have to do with the nursing, the history of nursing, Artie?
I was getting there, Willis, okay? So there were major sanitization problems. I mean, it was dirty.
How dirty was it?
It was really dirty. Anyways, so we have a live interview with a well-known nurse during that time. Over to you, Bob.
Thanks, Arnold. And I'm here talking to the one and only Florence Nightingale. So, Florence, I understand you were a nurse during the Crimean War. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I sure was.
How were conditions back in those days?
They were horrible. I mean, gross. People were dying 10 times more from disease than actual war wounds. Can you believe that?
Really? How did they feel about this?
They didn't care. They were so incompetent. I was trying to lower the infection rate and they could care less. They probably wanted to die.
How much time do you spend trying to prevent the spread of disease during that time?
I worked endlessly. I stayed up after everyone went to bed, making my rounds. I did this so often, they actually started calling me the lady with the lamp. Can you believe that name? What is that?
Well, there you have it, folks. The lady with the lamp fought spread of disease with conviction like no other. This is Bob Smith reporting with 98.6 The Buzz.
What an inspiration to us all. I'm blown away. Wasn't there another war starting with a C? I'm pretty sure there was.
Oh, the Civil War.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. It was the Civil War, and it was from 1861 to 1864, and there were 2,000 nurses there caring for all those injured and ill soldiers.
Amazing.
Just like Florence Nightingale, nurses needed to step up and help. A great example was that Miss Sojourner Truth. And we have an on-site reporter right now, don't we?
Oh, I think we do.
We do. We have an on-site reporter talking to Miss Truth right now. Over to you, Eunice.
That's right. I'm here with Sojourner Truth. So, Sojourner, what was your role during the Civil War?
Well, honey, I taught people about those pesky germs. The infections were spread like wildfire and dry grass, so I informed other nurses of the principles of sanitization.
Did it help?
Yes, ma'am. Many of the infections were reduced.
What an amazing woman. This is Eunice Milton with 986 News. Back to you, Willis.
I'm seeing a trend here, Artie. Germs are bad.
Yes, they are. I believe it, Willis.
Oh, gosh. I just feel gross right now. I need something.
Germex!
Oh, yeah, give me it. Give me it.
Perfect.
All right.
I feel safe.
All right. You know what? Okay. Back to real world here, okay? You want to know some cool things that developed during this time, Artie?
Of course, sir.
Of course you do. In 1861, nurses began wearing uniforms.
What the heck did they wear before?
I don't know. No one knows. Who knows? Maybe they ran around naked.
I don't know.
They weren't very sanitary. I know that. Well, also, the American Red Cross was established in 1881.
Oh, that was by that lady, Clara Barton.
That was her. That was her. Nice job.
Thank you.
Oh, and the first issue of the American Journal of Nursing was published too.
Wow, this era sounds like such a great time. I want to live there. That sounds so great.
Well, Artie, there were some tragedies too.
Oh.
Just with all good, there's some bad. The Jacksonville yellow fever epidemic of 1888. It infected 5,000 people, resulting in 400 deaths.
That is so sad, Willis.
It was, Artie, it was. Another tragedy was the Galveston hurricane in 1900.
What you talking about, Willis?
The Galveston hurricane, Arnie, it left 8,000 people dead and another 25,000 people homeless. It is still considered the worst disaster in the U.S. history today. That's how bad it was.
Oh my gosh.
Our on-site reporter is at the scene of the Galveston hurricane live right now. Eunice, what's going on over there?
Willis? I gotta get out of here, guys. Back to me, Willis.
I can't hear any more of this, Willis. It's breaking my heart.
Okay, while Arnold regains his composure, we're gonna head on over to our meteorologist, Nancy Bryan, for the weather.
Thanks, Willis. You better have some weekend plans, folks. This weekend it's going to be hot. 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's looking pretty warm, pink, smooth, and dry. Heads up, next week there's going to be some clear, aromatic rain. Back to you, Willis.
Next up in our journey will be during the World War I.
Lots of stuff happened during this time, and I mean lots. Let's rapid fire some information about this period.
Standardized testing was created to display what nurses are capable of.
National Emergency Committee of Nursing was created.
The Vassar Training Camp was created to train college graduates in an intensive 3-month program.
Nursing was moved into colleges and universities, resulting in higher admission and expectation of graduates.
Smith Hughes of 1917 provided money for developing more schools for practical nursing.
The first high school practical nursing program was opened at Minneapolis Girls Vocational School in 1919.
Lots of education during this time, eh, Artie?
Yeah, but there still wasn't enough nurses.
There were more tragedies during the mid-1900s. You might want to cover your ears, Artie. There was a polio epidemic causing nurses to work around the clock to keep people alive. This emergency did, however, cause the people of North Carolina to abandon their racist, segregationist ways in the polio hospitals.
Well, that's a plus. And also, when World War II came about, the already small number of nurses depleted even more. The Red Cross was asked to train 100,000 nursing aides to help.
That's a lot of nursing
That
aides.
is a lot.
Also, to fight the shortage of nurses, 73 schools provided refresher courses for 2,300 inactive nurses. As long as they returned to the workforce, these courses were at no charge.
You know, Willis, Congress also passed the Nurse Training Act. This act prohibited any discrimination based on creed, race, or color. The act also helped 124,000 nurses graduate through a scholarship program called the Cadet Nurse Corps.
I'm seeing another trend here, Artie.
Lack of
nurses! In the most recent years, new technology has significantly benefited the scope of care. There have also been many leaps made in education also.
Very true, Willis. We have dealt with more wars and more trauma. We have actually an on-site reporter on the site of Desert Storm. Over to you guys.
Here I am in the midst of chaos, observing these nurses trying to save lives. These nurses are using expert care and durable medical supplies to take care of patients. These nurses are here to save lives.
Well, there you have it. Nursing has truly evolved over the years.
Yes, it has, Willis. Through the trauma, the natural disasters, and the wars, nurses have found a way to provide the best quality care.
This is Willis Watering and Arnold Paulette reporting 98.6 News, The Buzz.
Good night, folks.